I survived my first year of medical school, everyone. I don't know how many people are new or how many people have been following along this journey, but if you're new here, my name is Michael. I'm a pharmacist that last year got accepted to medical school, and I have just officially finished my first year. It's so funny. The year I applied, which was 2022, I did not even register for my MCAT until the end of May. And then I found out I was accepted in May of 2023. Then I just finished my first year in May of 2024. And so this is an awesome time because it's my last summer. As you can see, I'm outside. We have the grill ready. We're about to grill some hamburgers. So in this video, I'm gonna quickly share just a recap of how the year went. Then I'm gonna share things for people that have been accepted or are planning to be accepted for this upcoming school year. And then I'm gonna share something that will resonate with anyone that is already in school and anyone that is on their path to becoming an attending. I'm going to share just some insight that I've received this year that I think that will really benefit you guys. So stay tuned, stick till the end, because I think what I'm gonna share at the end will really help you guys. But in terms of how this year went, it was great. Just to be transparent, I got A's and B's, or in our school, it's like honors and high pass. And so some people would say, depending on who you hang out with, some people would say that's amazing. Some people would say, that's not that great, or that's average. And it's interesting. You have those people in medical school. You have people that get straight A's, and you got people that are just trying to pass. At the end of the day, as long as you pass and you pass your board exams and you do what you're wanting to do and to get to where you need to go, that's all that matters, right? I'm excited for next year though, because next year will be a lot more clinical, a lot more drugs. So that's when I will probably come alive. This year was anatomy, biochem, genetics, physiology, histology, immunology. Those are main core classes. And I actually enjoyed going back to the basics, learning all those basic science classes again. And it's just important to have that foundation very strong before you go into the clinical and how to treat everything. So I definitely did enjoy that. But I'm super glad that I made it through. This is my summer, and as you know, your last summer of your life is between your first and second year. And so that's where I'm in right now. I am gonna work and do some research, but I'm taking these last few weeks of May to just relax and recoup and reflect on the year. And so if you're someone that is actually already accepted or planning to be accepted for this coming year, I want to give you some advice. You might have the itch or the urge to try to get ready or try to study for the school year. And I hope that you're not, to be honest with you. And anybody you ask, it doesn't matter if it's the top student, it doesn't matter if it's someone that doesn't, no matter who you ask, most people will tell you do not study this summer before you start medical school. And I'll just tell you why. Because at the end of the day, you only have so much free time, right? Once school starts, after about the second week, you're gonna be flooded with stuff you need to learn and study for a test. And you're constantly gonna have the thought of, I have to study, hanging over your head. There's only a few times in your life before you start medical school where you don't have that lingering thought hanging over your head. And it's before you start med school and summer going into your second year. You don't really have that, I need to study thought hanging over my head. After your second year, you had to take step one. After your third year, you had to take step two. And it's just like, this is sacred time. And so you don't want to waste it trying to study for a test that you might not even be studying the right information because you don't really know how to study what's important versus what's not important. So I'll just encourage you, enjoy your summer, travel, hang out with family. If there is something that you want to do, I would definitely maybe start learning how to use certain things. Start learning how to use Anki if you want to learn how to use Anki. Start learning how you're going to study, what you're going to use to take notes. You can do stuff like that. But in terms of studying actual information, I wouldn't do it just because what you realize is that you actually have enough time to study in medical school. You actually have enough time. It's just like, are you actually going to use all your free time to study? Probably not. But realistically, you do have enough time. So there's literally no need to study. So that's my advice to you. If you're accepted and you're in that summer period before you start school, please enjoy your summer. Enjoy the freedom that you have, and you're gonna do great your first year. And this will apply to everyone. What I'm about to tell you, it is something that I have thought about, especially with my journey. It's been a long journey. And I'll just start off by telling y'all, I remember when I was in pharmacy school, and when I first realized I wanted to go to med school, I was in my second year or third year. And honestly, for like a month or two, I lost a lot of motivation because I was like, what I'm doing right now isn't exactly what I want to do long term. So I'm kind of in the middle ground where I can't really do anything about it right now. I have to graduate pharmacy school. For those of you that don't know, I didn't have an undergrad degree before I went to pharmacy school. I did a 2 and 4 path. So I technically had to finish pharmacy school before applying to medical school just to have a degree. But I wanted to finish pharmacy school anyway. But I'm just saying, there was a time where it's like there was nothing I could do about my situation except just finish, but I lost a lot of motivation. But the thing that switched in my mind was not just trying to reach that milestone of I'm in medical school now, but learning to enjoy the journey, learning to put things into perspective and realize everything that I'm learning is gonna be useful later down the road, right? Even when I'm in pharmacy school, the drugs and the information I'm learning right now is going to be so valuable to me when I am a physician in the future. So don't look forward and get sad and wish you were somewhere in the future at this certain milestone instead of enjoying and learning and taking and cherishing the journey that you're in right now. And that's something that I had to learn very early on, and actually had to relearn it as I started medical school. Because there's always that thing in medical school is just a long path, and you see everyone, you see your friends and that are attendings, and you see them traveling and doing all this stuff, and you're like, man, if I could just become an attending, I will be set. If I could just become a dermatologist, or if I could just become a plastic surgeon, I'll be set, I'll be happy. And you start thinking like that, and you just have a hard time. That's why you start to get so miserable, because you're so focused on this end milestone destination that you forget to enjoy the everyday things that you're learning, the patients that you're encountering, the people that you're meeting in medical school. So I would just want to encourage you, enjoy the journey. Maybe you already know this, but you needed a reminder. Don't reach for milestones. Don't depend on a milestone to make you happy, because realistically, this is what's going to happen. Just like when we were like, oh, I can't just, if I could just get into med school, then I'll be happy. Then you get into med school and you're like, wow, I'm here, now what? It's like there's always a next milestone that you're gonna wanna reach. So if you're dependent on milestones to keep you happy, you're going to be perpetually miserable, because once you reach one milestone, you're just gonna be aiming for the next milestone. And so that is not a recipe to last in this long journey of medicine. The key is to just find beauty in the little things on your everyday journey. When you're studying biochem, I know it's hard, but just imagine this little mechanism that you learn, and whether it's a Krebs cycle or gluconeogenesis or glycolysis or beta fatty acid oxidation, stuff like that. Just realizing and putting in perspective all this information that I'm learning is going to help me treat a patient in the future, or the patients that you see, the people that you meet, the things that you learn every day. Just take it one day at a time. Cherish this moment. Cherish every day, and learn to enjoy the journey and not wait for a milestone to be happy. If you can be happy along the journey, you're gonna have a much better time going through this process of medicine. And that's something that I've had to constantly remind myself, especially with the journey and the non-traditional path that I've been on. I hope that helps you. We're all gonna get through this together, and I just wanna thank everyone for all the followers and subscribers that I've gotten. I hope that you continue to follow along this journey, and I hope that we continue to grow and help each other together. I love medicine. I've had a blast this year, and I cannot wait for everything else I'm gonna learn and all the people I'm gonna meet along the way. And so thank you so much for everyone that has joined on this journey. And everyone, I hope you guys have a great summer, and wherever you're at in your journey, just remember, enjoy the process, enjoy the journey. Don't wait for a milestone to be happy. Just learn to enjoy and be happy at this present moment. Love you guys. Have a good one.